If you own a Ford equipped with a 3.5-liter EcoBoost, there is a sound you need to fear above all others. It's a distinct, metallic clatter, a sound like a box of rocks being shaken under your hood. This is the infamous death rattle. Do you hear that? That is the sound of $4,000 leaving your bank account. That is the infamous EcoBoost death rattle. And if you own a Ford F-150, Explorer, Expedition, or Escape, it is the sound you dread most. The Ford EcoBoost engine family is a marvel of engineering, massive power from small displacement. But it has a dark side. From timing chains that stretch like rubber bands to engine blocks that crack and leak coolant into your cylinders, these engines have specific documented failure points that can ruin your life. Today, we are going deep. I'm not just going to tell you it breaks. I'm going to give you the TSB numbers, the repair costs, and the exact preventive measures you need to take to keep your truck on the road. We are covering the 5 fatal flaws of the Ford EcoBoost. Problem number 5, excessive oil consumption. This primarily affects the 2.7-liter and 3.5-liter engines found in the 2015 to 2020 F-150s. You check your oil and it's a quart low, but there are no leaks on your driveway. Where did it go? It went into your engine. Ford issued Technical Service Bulletin 19-2-232, acknowledging that high vacuum conditions can literally suck oil past the PCV valve and into the intake manifold. It gets burned off during combustion, slowly draining your sump and coating your valves in sludge. In severe cases, we see blue smoke on startup. Ford's fix involves replacing the valve covers with updated PCV baffling and reprogramming the PCM to change how the engine manages pressure. But if you are out of warranty, this is a $600 to $900 repair. My advice: install a high-quality oil catch can. It intercepts that oil vapor before it hits your intake, keeping your engine clean and your oil level stable. It's a $150 part that can save your engine. Problem number 4, carbon buildup on the intake valves. This is the silent killer of performance and fuel economy. The EcoBoost is a direct injection GDI engine. That means fuel is sprayed directly into the cylinder, not over the intake valves. In an old-school engine, the fuel washed the valves clean. In a GDI engine, nothing cleans them. Over time, oil vapor from that PCV issue we just talked about bakes onto the hot valves, forming hard carbon deposits. Around 60,000 to 80,000 miles, this buildup gets so bad it restricts airflow. Your truck starts to idle rough, lose power, and misfire. You might think you need spark plugs, but you actually need walnut blasting. This involves a mechanic blasting crushed walnut shells into your intake ports to scrub the valves clean without damaging the metal. It costs between $500 and $800. The fix: use top-tier fuel. Change your oil every 5,000 miles, not 10,000. And again, get that catch can. Starting in 2017/2018, Ford added port injection to the 3.5-liter Gen 2, which largely solved this. But if you have an older Gen 1, you need to budget for this cleaning. Problem number 3, turbocharger wastegate rattle. If you hear a metal-on-metal jingling noise when you let off the gas, this is you. The wastegate regulates boost pressure. It uses a metal flapper valve connected to an actuator rod. Over time, the linkage wears out and gets sloppy. It starts to vibrate and rattle. Eventually, it won't seal properly, and you get a low boost code, P0299. Here is the kicker. Ford does not sell just the linkage or the wastegate. They only sell the entire turbocharger assembly. If your wastegates are worn, you are looking at replacing both turbos. That is a $2,500 to $4,000 job depending on labor rates. Now, there is a hack. You can sometimes install an external helper spring to keep tension on the rod and stop the rattle. It's a $5 fix that can buy you some time. But eventually, you will need new turbos. It's the cost of doing business with forced induction. Problem number 2, coolant intrusion. This is specific to the 1.5-liter and 2.0-liter EcoBoost engines found in the Fusion, Escape, and Edge, and it is catastrophic. Ford redesigned the 2.0-liter engine block around 2015 to 2016 with an open deck design. They cut small slits between the cylinders to improve cooling. The problem? The block material between those slits is too thin. Over time, the head gasket fails, or the block itself cracks, allowing coolant to seep into the cylinders while the car sits overnight. You start it up, it misfires, runs rough, and spews white smoke. In worst-case scenarios, the liquid coolant hydrolocks the engine, bending a rod. You cannot fix this. You cannot just replace the head gasket. The block itself is compromised. You need a long block engine replacement, which costs $7,000 to $9,000. Ford quietly redesigned the block again in late 2019 to close those slits. If you are buying a used Escape or Edge, you must avoid the 2015 to 2019 model years, unless the engine has already been replaced with the updated design. Always check the service history. And problem number 1, the undisputed king of EcoBoost failures, the cam phasers and timing chain stretch. If you own a 3.5-liter F-150, this keeps you up at night. The cam phasers are variable valve timing sprockets. Inside them, there is a tiny plastic lockout pin. On cold starts, before oil pressure builds, the heavy valve springs thrash the phasers back and forth. That plastic pin shatters. The result is a 2-second rat-tat-tat-tat noise on startup. It sounds like a diesel tractor. Ford has redesigned this part multiple times. Look for part number ending in CD or newer. But fixing it requires tearing the entire front of the engine off. It is a massive, labor-intensive job costing $4,000 to $5,000 at a dealer. While you are in there, you have to replace the timing chains because the single long chain on Gen 1 engines stretches over time, throwing off your timing. The solution: 5,000-mile oil changes are mandatory. Dirty oil kills phasers, and use the flood mode trick on startup. Hold gas pedal down while cranking to build oil pressure before the engine fires. It might just save you $4,000. So, is the EcoBoost a bad engine? No. It's a high-performance engine that requires high-performance maintenance. You cannot treat it like an old 5.0-liter V8 from 1995. You cannot ignore oil changes. If you are diligent, these engines can go 200,000 miles. But if you neglect them, or if you buy a used one that was neglected, you are buying a grenade. My advice: if you want buy it and forget it reliability, buy the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. But if you want the torque and the towing power of the EcoBoost, just budget for the maintenance. It's the price of power. Have you heard the rattle? Have you replaced your turbos? Tell me your EcoBoost horror stories or success stories in the comments below. I want to know if you think the power is worth the risk. I'm SUVSQUAD. Thanks for watching.